Greetings and salutationes. We are Team Adventurous.
I think that was the most disturbing radio stinger I've ever heard. If I fucking turned on my radio in the car, which I for some reason have in this hypothetical situation, just so that I can take the piss out of you. But if I turned my radio on in my car and it was making that noise, I would be like, I would take that shit to an exorcist. I'd be like, you need to sort my car out because it's making the weirdest noises.
Yeah, I see the problem here. You have ghosts in your antenna. Ghosts in my antenna? Yeah, see, they're right here. They're the ghosts. It's that'll be $500 to fix that.
Right, and it'll stop.
Oh,
it might stop. See, sometimes the ghosts, they migrate from the antenna to other parts of the car, so sometimes you got to bring it back to me multiple times to get the ghosts out of the other places too.
Yep.
They can be tricky little buggers. They're kind of like termites in that way. But yeah, $500 to get the ghosts out of the antenna specifically.
Right, okay, that makes sense to me.
Oh my god!
I mean, what more can I ask for? You're getting rid of supernatural spirits for the low price of $500.
Right.
And if I have more spirits in the car, I can come back and pay you more, and I don't have to deal with it. Makes perfect fucking sense.
Yeah. Barry.
Oh shit! It's Barry.
Barry.
Oh fuck, man! We haven't seen Barry in a minute. What's up,
Barry? You are awesome.
Damn, Caitlin, he's getting better at that voice. We're quickly going to reach like the singularity where Mason does that voice and just how somehow grows superpowers.
Just exponentially.
I found the resonation spot within myself, and now my powers are limitless.
It's like, oh dear.
For my first action, I will punish Zach.
Too fucking right. As my first act as Supreme Overlord, I will give Zach hives. I will spell out Dick in hives upon his back.
Oh my god, that's brilliant.
It says Mason breaks down the barriers between the worlds.
Well, while
Where
I'm waiting,
else do you think I come from?
Right.
he comes from Argon 5, formerly known as Oregon 5, before Mason misheard me for Argon, and so I just went with it.
Well, my first act as intergalactic diplomat was to change the name, because it sounds better. And because G's cost way more than A's. So I can't afford to have two of them in the name.
Oh my god.
Tales of Neurotica? Is that neurotic erotica?
Yeah, it's books about people having telekinetic sex.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Or telepathic sex is what I should have said.
Oh,
Not telekinetic sex, because I'm not even sure how that works.
Well, obviously, you project a telekinetic force inside her to simulate, an object or a penis, and she projects a telekinetic force around your dong to simulate a vagina or a mouth or a butthole, and boom, telekinetic sex. Mason, come on, use your imagination,
or
man.
the gap between the couch.
I was never
Oh.
that desperate. I was
You're
never that.
never that desperate. I don't believe you. I don't believe there's a place you haven't stuck that thing. Curious little child. Hey, can I get this between this?
Barry says, new genre created.
Oh my god.
Mind Sex. A novel. It's also it does sound like just a really, really cheesy thing that someone would throw out in like a really bad sci-fi.
Yeah.
We went outside to see Uranus so close to the Earth. And then we had mind sex.
Yep.
Mind sex is tight.
Mind sex. Or it sounds like the title of something that was like the literal English translation of some other
like from some philosophical German word.
Yeah.
That means like to love someone completely and have you and be in unity or something.
Yeah.
And the British translation is just mind sex.
Oh my god. Yeah, because that makes me think of this there was this series that this person did. I think her name was Lisa Gibbons or something on like late night radio that I used to listen to. And she was talking about all of these different movie titles and how when movies from the United States, their titles are translated into other languages.
And it just doesn't work.
Right, yeah. When they're translated into other languages, they often become something different. So Pretty Woman, when it was retranslated back into English, turned out to be I'm cheap and I like cheap prostitutes.
Brilliant. Yeah, I see that sort of thing because me and Lee watch Abroad in Japan. And Chris Broad does a lot of that where he just goes to like the Dollar Yen store and finds like Japanese phrases that they've written in English. So it's like this umbrella and it's like, this will make you feel powerful. You will be protected from rain.
I love it when other cultures try to use like English slogans and they just mistranslate them.
Those Japanese ones that Chris reads out are brilliant. I'm not gonna lie to you, I love Chris Broad. He's sort of like he's a bit like my hero of YouTube, really. He's like, yeah, I get what your approach is and I dig it. And I've definitely taken, like elements of inspiration.
Yep. I don't really have a single person on YouTube that's like that for me. I guess.
Yeah, well, I've had multiple different things. Like, yeah, I'd say there's multiple, but I'd say he's my biggest influence.
Barry coming with typical Barry nonsense says, when sex becomes violent, a woman grabs man by his mustache, carries him away.
When sex becomes violent, a woman grabs a man by the mustache, carries him away.
I feel like Barry writes us these surrealist haikus that we just don't understand yet because we haven't transcended to the next dimension of existence.
You mean like we're not high enough?
That could be. That could also.
Well, I definitely am right now. I'll just say
that.
Dude, nice. I'm on my way there. I'll join you in like 10 minutes. Yeah, Barry's on a different kind of high though. He's on that fucking mushroom moose piss high.
Oh no.
Well, Barry, I'm happy to read out anything you write in just a funny little voice. So carry on writing us your bullshit because I'm more than happy to read it out.
He says,
I would happily do that on my channel if it was I'll say anything you comment. But I just don't think it'd get that much traction.
Actually, so once your channel gets a little bit bigger, man, like I really think that if you started doing that
would be funny.
You might get some really serious traction. Because I mean, think about how popular the screenwriter, or excuse me, the Epic Voice dudes fucking comment reads are at the end of the CinemaSins videos, dude.
Yeah.
You would just need some kind of a hook to get people to like the original video. So like, so maybe like, you could do like I read out like motivational slogans in different voices, and you come up with a funny title. That would
that's not a bad idea actually. I might actually legit take that. That's not a bad idea.
Dude, I would 100% watch that video with. I would love to watch it. Dude, Mason, do you know what demotivational posters are?
No.
Oh, yes! That's what we're doing first. Okay, 1 second.
Oh my god, that's the most genuinely excited I've ever heard, Zach. That wasn't put on excitement whatsoever. There was genuine childlike on Christmas excitement. That was beautiful to see. Yes! I just got the new Megazord toy!
You don't understand, bro, because demotivational posters are like an OG meme. Like they're one of those proto memes. Like they're like Neanderthals of memes. Okay. and they to this day they hold up. So we're just gonna fucking go through some fucking demotivational posters right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll use Google for this because Google will have better results.
Will be useful.
I use other search engines for like politics stuff, but because Google filters results, but for something like this, Google won't be fucking with it. So
you do it because it's convenient.
Yeah. Yeah. You don't have to worry about them doing stupid stuff like we own the science.
We own the science.
We own the science.
We own it.
Listen, bro.
You can't have any.
Listen, bro. We own the science. I have a patent for that science, which means you can't use it, and I'm in control of it. If you try to use it, you're gonna have to pay me like $1,000.
Chat, I told you, no licensing out the science.
But boss, you never let me have any fun. That's not fair. I just want to like let loose for a little while, and have some fun and explore myself.
Oh dear.
Totally not in like a creepy or weird way.
No, just in a licensing out the science way.
Right. Yep.
I want to make $1 million.
Okay.
As possible.
So, okay. So first, Mason, I have to ask you if you understand like the core premise here. Do you know what motivational posters are?
You are the best. You are unstoppable. Everything that you do is incredible. Your very touch turns things to gold.
Right. And it'll have it'll be like you can do anything if you put your mind to it, and it'll be like a picture of a guy climbing a mountain, right?
Yeah.
Or like the one that I got my mum last year, because for Christmas last year I printed her off like a photo album, but like where me and Lee had like put my poems on like fancy little backgrounds, because I knew she'd love that. And I sprinkled it in with like little motivational things because my mum's sentimental, she'll like that. But then obviously I had to put a little silly bastard touch on them. So it was like, you can do anything. And then in the corner, written down in really small writing, except breathe underwater.
Perfect. Okay, so you get the premise of the humor. So demotivation, well, you'll see. Okay, so this one is a picture of, oh my god, this is actually kind of cute in like a weird way. It's a snail on top of a frog's head, and the frog is riding a turtle through the water.
Wow.
And the caption says, collaborate. So the best of us have to carry the rest of us.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Collaborate. The best of us carry the rest of us. Sponsors of TalkTube.
Oh my god, dude. Collaborate
Oh.
should totally be a fucking tech company in the fucking TalkTube verse. Bro, please make that ad. Please.
I don't know enough about tech. You'd have to feed me information.
I
An
will.
inside source.
Will, Mason will collaborate on it.
Oh my god.
Thank you so much. You know all that work that the good work that you just did with that genuine excitement. You've just undone it with that joke.
Okay. This next one, it's a picture of a guy. You don't see his head. It's just his midsection. It's a guy in a suit, and he has his hands up as if to say stop, and it says, "Denial. I refuse to contort my reality to accommodate your total lack thereof."
What's the worst joke you've ever heard? Like just a standard joke. What's the worst? Like for me, it's what do you call 4 guys waiting in line to get a haircut?
What?
A barbecue.
Oh my god.
I know. It's so terrible.
God.
But that's actually kind of funny, though.
Yeah, it's funny in a cute way. It's like, that's nice. Well done for trying.
Right.
Wow.
That's like a joke that a child would come up with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
one that would please children, at least.
Yes, one that would please children. Yes, there you go. The worst joke I've ever heard was probably the classic, why did the chicken cross the road to get to the other side? Like, because it's like, it's, it's a joke, but you're not sure why it qualifies as a joke. Like, it's just, there's nothing really funny about it, but it's like everyone acknowledges it's a joke, but no one really knows why it's funny kind of thing.
Yeah.
Unless the premise is I'm supposed to be laughing because you said something obvious, or perhaps maybe I'm overthinking this, but maybe the premise is the chicken doesn't actually have any intention to get to the other side. It's just a chicken walking across the road doing chicken things, and so there actually isn't a reason it crossed the road. But maybe I'm overthinking the joke.
I think quite possibly we may have like uncorked something that's been sitting inside Zach for many years.
It's like the chicken is just out here doing things.
You're personifying the chicken.
Well, I mean, look, guys, what do chickens do? They chicken.
They do chicken things.
They chicken.
They get in my mouth.
Like, not in a weird way, though.
No.
Why did the chicken cross the road? Because it was stuck in my rear wheel.
Oh, wow.
Okay, that one's funny, but in a dark way.
Yes.
Well, I am Mason in the dark. What would you expect?
Right.
What would you expect from the man that created Valdus Doyle? And the man.
And the it's I love that too, because it's like that's two totally separate flavors of darkness, but they're like both, I would argue they're equally bad.
It's chaos versus order, isn't it?
Yeah, it's well, which do you prefer, chaotic evil or
domination
or lawful evil? Yeah, chaotic evil or lawful evil. Take your pick. I will personally take lawful evil, because you can predict lawful evil, and a predictable opponent is easier to beat. I wouldn't know where to start trying to fucking deal with Valdus other than kill it with fire.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, I know. I know that pain, and I'm the one that actually has to decide what to do with him in the end.
Oh my god. Barry says, man-eating chickens the ones you shoot on sight.
Man eating chickens? They're the ones you shoot on sight.
Man eating chickens.
Caitlin, I kind of hate that Mason's Southern accent is better than my Southern accent. It sounds more genuine. Mine sounds like a caricature. Mason sounds like an actual proper Southern boy.
It's obvious he's been practicing.
Well,
and there's Caitlin's little Southern drawl lilt thing that she. It's
like has. if I lean into it like real good.
I really wish you would. I like it.
You like it?
I've told you this before.
Yeah, it's kind of funny though because I feel like when I lean into it though, I sound like a hick.
That's just the assholes from the art fucking thing you did talking.
Yeah. Oh well.
So this one, Mason, it's a bunch of like weird looking. It's a bunch of assorted objects all in like a wide scope picture, and it's like they're like kind of set up in a way that it might be one of those weird contraption machines. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like the Rube Goldberg machine.
Yeah. Okay, and it says solutions. This is what happens when problem solvers get paid by the hour. 100%. That I mean, and really, that's actually, this is why I love demotivational posters. The best ones are actually speaking to like real shit. Like, don't pay a problem solver by the hour. He'll find the most convoluted bullshit solution imaginable. Pay him by the solution.
Yeah, pay him by the problem, yeah.
It's like, all right, you solved this problem, you get $10. Up, next problem, 10. Like, you pay him by the hour, he's going to take all day to fix one thing that he could have fixed in 10 minutes.
Right.
Just before I came on here, I saw a YouTube video where someone made a massive fuck up, and I could not believe that nobody caught it in, like, you know, from recording to editing to uploading. Nobody noticed that in this video about Breaking Bad, the guy was calling the guy who plays Jesse Paul Aaron.
Oh my god!
What?
I know. And the first time, just fuck up, but then they referenced him again and called him Paul Aaron again, and it was so clear that that's what they thought his name was, and I was just like, "Oh my god, guys!"
Oh.
Yeah, that's a pretty like, unless that's actually. So here's, I have this is a little bit tinfoil hat, but bear with me.
Okay.
I've actually heard that YouTubers sometimes deliberately make mistakes like that so that people comment to correct them.
Oh, that's actually diabolically clever.
Yeah. It's like, I know how to get engagement.
YouTube doesn't know whether it's positive or negative engagement. It just sees that I have 8K comments.
Right. Exactly.
They're all people correcting me or telling me that I'm stupid.
Right.
Hello, everyone. Mason here. How are you doing? Today we're going to talk about Breaking Bad. You know, I think the actor who plays Walter White, Brendan Kramer, I think his name was. Yeah, he's good. Okay, if you've enjoyed this video, you know where the like and comment button is.
I 100% encourage you to use that method because I want to see what you do with it, and it's completely harmless. So it's like it's a victimless crime, and therefore not a crime. I love it. It's like, aha, I've tricked you, but in a harmless way.
I've pulled the wool over your eyes, and I'm literally just trying to get engagement. So I'm not doing anything nefarious, and you don't need to worry. Just go about your day and be merry. Have a good one.
I just wanted monkeys to do monkey things.
Between that and your question of the day, man, you'll get like 100 comments per video.
I love and hate that comment of the day thing, you know? The question of the day thing. Like, it's a really good thing for engagement, and it's consistently the thing that gets me comments. It's so hard to come up with one every fucking time.
Yep. Okay. This next fucking demotivational. It's a picture of a hammer and gavel, and the American flag is in the background, and it says, "Dysfunction. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Government is how we implement those ideas at scale."
You know, I do have that problem with like.
It's scary.
I do have that problem with repeating the same thing and expecting different results. Every time, I can't really believe I'm going to do this joke. Every time I masturbate, something comes out of the end of my penis. And I've been doing it for 20 years, and it still happens, and I'm trying to make it stop.
I figure there's got to be a finite amount in there.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Where's it coming from? Surely one day I'll rub it and there'll be nothing in there. I can't believe I just did that joke. It was just before it, I was like, I can't believe I'm going to do this. Yes, but it's going to be funny, so let's just do it. Well, plus I'm on with Zach and Kate, and nobody that I actually know from my real life will see that, so I don't need to worry about making a masturbation joke. Because I can't do that on my channel, because my mum watches it, my nan watches it.
Right. You're like, you have all these other people who are suddenly have to become okay with a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen, I'm going to need everyone in here to get real cool with a lot of things really quick. I got a story to tell you.
You better get comfortable, because it's going to get real uncomfortable, and I don't want you to leave. Right. So get comfortable.
Okay, this next one, it's like a picture of a guy giving a speech, and it says, "Indoctrination. There is no idea so ridiculous that you can't find a professor teaching future generations to believe it." Oh my god, dude, I love these so much.
Oh my god, because it's so accurate.
Yes.
I feel like we could think of one.
Yes. Yes, I do.
No one's ever going to teach Alfista the Sorceress as one of the great works of literature.
No.
I think we can agree on that, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean,
Zach's not so sure. Zach's the silence is like, I'm not sure about that.
Mason, what you have just done, Mason, I hate you, because what you have just done, Mason, is you have spoken that possible future into reality. Now, in one of the many universes that takes place across the grand omniverse, 100 years from now, some asshole professor is going to be teaching Alfista the Sorceress as classic English literature. And that's your fault. That's your fault.
Or you know, here's a proviso, they'll be teaching it as classic English literature, okay, but how not.
I wish they would do that in high school. That'd be so good. Today, kids, we're going to learn how not to write a book.
Yes.
It's just like an hour of the teacher just ripping into this, like, just doing prose police right in front of a class.
I shit you not. I actually think that would be a better way to teach storytelling. Just look, here's everything you can do. You can do everything except this.
Right.
Why can't you do this? Because you cannot make diarrhea into a gold brick.
Right.
Listen, if you have your character lose a load of their friends and then be like, oh, well, shit happens, that's not how you write a story. So...
Right. Yeah.
God.
I feel bad that I've jumped on the piling the shit on that train, but I can't help it.
It's not hard, man. I mean,
Mason, you wouldn't feel bad if you'd suffered through an entire book like I have, or God forbid, or like the fucking sadomasochist known as Caitlin.
I know, and she doesn't forget anything, so she remembers that shit forever now.
Right, yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I felt it was useful because, first of all, it gives me credibility because I'm like, okay, my opinion is completely informed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I've read every word of this.
Right. And I was also kind of doing it as a, investigation because I wanted to determine, okay, hey, is all of this as consistently bad in the way that it looks like it was all written by the same person? Or, did he use multiple people to write this shit?
So when she says investigation, don't you just picture her reading the entire series with a magnifying glass?
Yeah.
By candlelight.
Right. Yeah.
She's got a bottle of whiskey and a shot and a fucking proper fucking Scotch glass next to her.
Yeah.
But it's very cheap whiskey.
Yes.
Yeah, bottom shelf. One of the worst things I've ever seen on TV was done by one of my favorite shows ever. So I love Bones, the TV show, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And there's an episode where they find this book and they realize that like it's written in a special ink that only shows up by candlelight. Which is like, okay. But the way
there are invisible like that.
Yeah. But the candle that they get to illuminate the fucking book is a digital candle. She gets like the smart techie one. She gets up a candle like simulation and it works.
Oh my god.
And me and Lee were both just like shouting at the TV like, what are you doing?
It's like, but it wouldn't though.
No, I know. That's the worst thing I've ever seen on TV.
I think I missed something. So the premise is there's this thing that they have to read using candlelight specifically.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And I'll just bring up my candle app here. Brilliant. Yeah. Oh my god.
In a show that's based around science.
Right.
Like, if any other show did that, I mean, yeah, it would be bad and cheesy, but when a show that's based around science does that...
Yeah. Because, oh man, because I used to watch that show almost religiously, but that's because, my brother watched that show and CSI, and they started pulling stunts like that quite frequently. And I was like, oh, you guys aren't science anymore. You're now science fiction.
Listen, Kate, I'm not going to hear a word against Bones. It's my favorite to know. I am just kidding. Kind of. Like, I take your criticisms, but I'm
not saying overall it's a bad show.
No,
I'm saying that, there's a lot of shit in there like that I was like, really? Come on.
I know. I have a strong connection to that show because I watched it. I'd never watched it until Lee showed it to me. So then I ended up binge watching it with her.
Yeah.
And the final episode, like ever, aired like I think maybe a week, maybe 2 weeks after I had my surgery.
Yeah.
So I just started recovering from my surgery, and I was like, a new episode of Bones is out. It's the season finale, not knowing that it was the last episode ever. Got to the end, was in tears. I was like, that was the last one, wasn't it, Lee? And she was like, yeah. I was like,
man,
actually? She's like, yeah, I'm sorry, it was.
Oh my god.
Devastating.
Yeah.
Poor. I feel like I just want to travel back in time and just give that Mason a hug.
Yeah, he needed one, yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
Also, I gotta say, I love how we've just been reading through these and every poster has just sparked a great conversation.
Oh, I know, yeah. I agree.
Yeah. And I would also have to say that a lot of the shows or movies and stuff that I watch, I relate to them mostly. The people I watch them with too.
Yeah. Yeah, like I have a really strong connection with my dad through Lord of the Rings, because he was the one that, I saw him reading The Hobbit. No, I saw him reading Lord of the Rings, asked him if he'd get me a copy, and he said, you've got to read The Hobbit first, and if you can get through that and you enjoy it, then I'll buy you the trilogy.
Yeah.
And obviously I just ate The Hobbit up.
Yeah.
And then he got me the trilogy. And we just bonded loads over that. You what? Sorry, Zach?
I said that's a beautiful story.
Thank you. I agree. We've bonded many, many hours we've spent talking about Middle-earth. Although in recent years he has sort of betrayed me, because I'd say he swung a little bit more over to Game of Thrones. Which is one of the reasons I'm so bitter towards Game of Thrones. Because every time I try to talk to my dad about Lord of the Rings, it gets steered into a Game of Thrones conversation, and I just
that's like, no, not the same.
I just want my childhood dynamic back, guys.
Right. You don't understand.
Oh my god.
What?
Let me just say how that's a beautiful little self-contained allegory that Mason just told us. As a young man, so therefore in a period where he was a child, he would talk to his father about Lord of the Rings, a fantasy story where good triumphs over evil, and
yeah, I see where you're going with this.
And there's magic throughout the world, and everything always ends for the best. And that's what Mason and his father bond over when Mason is a child. And then Mason grows up, and his dad tries to bond with him over Game of Thrones, which is a dark, gritty, realistic portrayal of mankind and the horrors it faces. It's a beautiful little allegory for the growth from child to adult.
It really is. You just picked me apart psychologically there, and I love it. I've just been psychologically deconstructed live on air, and I love it. That's the reason that I don't like Game of Thrones, because it makes me think of having my childhood stolen, because I'm now an adult and I live in this world where the most popular thing is this gritty, realistic, dark fantasy, and all I want is a bit of happiness where good wins over evil. Yeah, it makes perfect sense.
Oh man.
Until we get to the fact that I'm writing Bleeding Ground, and then that just adds a whole new element into. Oh no, it's like a Freudian thing, isn't it? I'm writing the Bleeding Ground so that I can write a dark, gritty fantasy that he'll like, and I can bond with him over it. No.
Oh my god.
No.
Oh my god. It's like, so now this character has gone on this arc to where he's transforming himself by creating something he hates so that he can win his father's approval.
Oh no. Oh, I'm genuinely traumatized by that realization. Because psychologically speaking, it just seems to make so much sense, and I hate it.
Mason, I'm sorry, dog. I didn't mean to just feel you like an onion live, bro. I'm sorry.
I'm in fucking stitches, man. This is brilliant.
Oh my god.
I've just realised that I'm a walking, talking complex. A fucking textbook. They could teach me to high school psychology student. It's a case studying.
I love how much he loves this.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm okay now. I'm okay.
Oh,
It was just right there, Caitlin. Like, I was like,
yeah.
it's so obvious. It can't be that simple, right?
Oh my god.
Oh man. Although I gotta say, Mason brought up, I didn't even think about that context for the bleeding ground. I was more so thinking that the bleeding ground was my take on Mason riding the bleeding ground was that he was now riding the bleeding ground as a subconscious route of accepting his transition to manhood.
Uh-huh.
Ah, that's interesting too. Yeah, let's go with that one. That's way more forgiving.
As opposed to, you know, the subconscious image of him like standing out on a rooftop somewhere in the middle of the night saying,
Well,
"Will you love me now, Father?"
you know what makes it even worse is that, like, a little minor spoiler for this upcoming chapter. It's not a major plot point, but I have a part where Evander is thinking about things that he's been doing recently, and he's like basically thinking about whether he's like moving on too soon, and he's like, I'd like to think wherever the souls of my family now reside, they're smiling down on me. Perhaps it's pointless to seek the approval of the dead, but I want them to be a man that they can be proud of.
Oh, man.
It makes the context so much worse. I externalized the thought that I hadn't even realized I was having through Valdus. Even though my father isn't dead, but he is metaphorically, we don't bond over Lord of the Rings anymore. So
Oh my god.
Oh my god, Caitlin, right now what I'm doing, Caitlin, is I'm showing you how you can use an author's work to psychoanalyze them quite effectively.
And I hate that you're doing it quite accurately.
Oh my god, Caitlin, think about what that means about Katie.
Oh dear. Well, oh my. Well, I mean, considering her ideas are not original.
Oh yeah, I hadn't even thought about that aspect of it. I was just thinking about like what she writes about.
Yeah.
Oh,
not trying to please their metaphorically dead father, I assume.
No, I'm talking about that story she has, Breaking Eve, or was it Breaking Eden? Either way. And it's basically this story about how this girl goes through this like character arc where she's like raped by demons a bunch or something like that.
She joins some BDSM cult or whatever, which
Excuse me. That's not what I expected to hear, to be honest.
Right.
Those were words that I did not anticipate leaving your mouth.
Yeah.
Wait, the what I said or what Caitlin said, or both?
The one you said.
Okay.
You know what? I think we should scurry away from that topic as quickly as possible. What's the next emotive poster? I couldn't even get the word out. I was trying to rush away from the topic.
Oh man.
Oh man. And now we see the little child Mason once again.
Right.
Running away from the realization of my darkened and meaningless adulthood.
Oh,
I mean, I would disagree with that. Your adulthood is quite meaningful to me, my friend.
Yes.
Me too. It's just funny. It's a joke about it not being, and then you always point it out, and I have to clarify, which makes it not funny anymore. So stop killing my joke.
I mean, hey, look, man, it might be funny to the viewers in the context of Zach is so fucking stupid.
How could they possibly think you're stupid? Look at the size of your head. Your brain is clearly massive.
Right, you're not stupid, Jerby.
So what's funny about that, Mason, is I know you're using that like the classic egghead, big brain like metaphor that is common in society. But the reality of it is, when your brain is bigger than it's supposed to be, it actually causes mental retardation. So,
so it could have actually been an accurate metaphor then.
Hate you.
I'm sorry, but you fed me that.
Oh my god.
Anyways, so this next one is a picture of a beaver on top of his dam, and it says, "Instinct. When we told you to follow your instincts, we don't know yours were to create obstacles all the time."
Just give them a job at an assault course and they'll be fine.
Oh man,
You seem like someone that would have done an assault course at some point, Zach.
what is that?
You know, like the fucking. I don't know, the assault courses. The things with the like the nets and the climb over the wall and like walk along the.
Oh! Difference in vernacular. In America, we call those obstacle courses.
Because of course you do. How very American! It's a course with obstacles in it, so we'll call it an obstacle course.
Well, yeah. What else would you call it? Assault? We're not assaulting the course. The course. I guess
You're
the course
assaulting the course with your aggression. But yes, you seem like the sort of person that would have done an obstacle course.
Yeah, I have. I've done 3 of them.
I used to be. I know you won't believe this because of what my personality is like now. But I used to be quite into like I don't know whether you call it like extreme sports and stuff. When I was little, I used to go on these holidays that were like for disabled kids whose like family were in the forces.
Mm-hmm.
So there were these like adventure holidays that I go on with like other like disabled kids, and they were like where they take you out like horse riding and rock climbing, and you'd like go up climbing walls and abseil and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And I absolutely loved them. My confidence back then, man, if you could have seen me getting up them walls, while all the other kids are like sort of scared, I'm already at the top like, woohoo, this is fucking mad.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Actually, I have a funny story about that. So one of the trips that we went on, we did like this horse racing thing, and we had a little race, and I won because my mum had horses at the time because it was before she had her accident. And well, years and years later, after I'd been telling this story for years, I realized that I'd misremembered it because we had to keep a journal, and the person who was caring for us during the week, like our key worker, had to make a journal. And you got to keep the key worker's journal afterwards, like the parents did. And obviously it got passed down to me when I was old enough. So I went back and reread this key worker's journal and realized that there was no horse race. We were just horse riding, and I decided that we were racing and decided that I won.
That is such a wholesome little story. I love that.
Just decided that we were racing, and I won. And told this story for years.
Oh yeah, wouldn't that be? I mean, that's exactly what little boys do. They make things competitions, and if they get to set the arbitrary rules and standards of that competition, then of course the little boy who came up with the competition is always the
winner.
You're not gonna make yourself the loser, are you?
No, you're not, because that doesn't feel good. So yeah, that's just quintessential little boy shit. Is classic.
Love it.
I can't wait to have a son.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can imagine you with a son. That would definitely work.
It's gonna be awesome.
That my luck, Caitlin's gonna give me 5 daughters.
Nah.
I really hope so. It'd be so funny. He's just gonna keep on trying. By the 20th child, it's like, Zach, we're not having a boy. Oh, you will. Next time you will, I promise. Just one more, Kate.
If Kate had 20 daughters in a row, at that point, I couldn't even be mad. At that point, it's clearly God's decision that I shall not have a son. So at that point, I'd just be like, all right, I just want you to know, God, Caitlin is the one who's going to suffer for this. Because at this point, I'm not stopping as sort of like just against you.
Don't you hate though that like the way maths work? It doesn't get any more likely that you're going to have a boy just because you've had the 20 girls. It's still equally likely that you'll have a boy or a girl the next time around.
Technically speaking, yes, but there's a whole other science of predictive data. Yeah, but yes, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, but with with how the gender lottery has worked out for like people like my granny and also my mom and my sister, having boys is more likely because my granny ended up having almost all boys, and then my sister, she had 3 boys, and then my mom had 5 boys. So
nice.
Yeah. My mom had 3 sons, 1 girl. She had my oldest half brother, my half brother, my sister, then me. My dad had my older half brother on my dad's side, Charlene, then me.
Mhm.
So the same. That's what I'm saying. Like the odds of boys are high.
Yeah. It's so weird to me that you make that point. Make that point now.
What?
I thought I cut Zach up. I thought he was making a point, and then I accidentally cut over him.
Oh, you did, but now I forgot. So what?
No, I was just saying it's so weird to me that you have big families because mine is like really small. Because like on my dad's side, it's me, my dad, my auntie Sam, and my nana and granddad. That's it for the most part, other than like a few aunties here and there. And on my mum's side, like my mum she's not that close to like her mum, and doesn't know her dad at all. So on mum's side of the family, it's basically just me and my mum. And obviously she had my brother, but my dad hasn't had any other children. So it's just like a really small family. So it boggles my mind when I hear people talk about big families because I just can't imagine that.
Yeah.
Well, my family is only big on paper. I haven't met my 2 oldest half brothers, and I don't know if I ever will. Unlikely, to be honest. I haven't met that many. I've met. How many of my cousins have I met? I've met all of my cousins from my mom's brother, and they were actually they're cool people. I only met them the once when I was a kid, so I can't really say much about them. Well, I did go and see them at a concert. They were in a band for a while, and it was a damn good band actually.
Nice.
I went and saw them in concert, and that was great. Seeing them again and seeing them on stage was dope as fuck.
I haven't been to a gig in years.
Oh god, I was at that when I was like 15.
I used to go a fair bit in my teenage years, but I mean now I'm not too keen on going because obviously I'm trying to look after my hearing.
Yeah,
it's not the best thing to go to. But the last one I went to see was I've told you I know that my mate Dan, he's a metalhead.
Yeah.
So we went to go see. Have you heard of? I'm sure you will. Have you know Bullet for My Valentine?
Oh yeah.
We went to see them at a local venue, and it was like the worst gig that I've ever been to. It was just like the sound mix was just not good at all. Like the venue didn't work for the acoustics at all, and the sound mix was bad, and it was just not a good gig at all.
Man. Oh, Gosh, that makes me think of the time that my brother Joel, because he's a musician and he used to go out and do gigs and stuff all the time. He even played backup guitar for people like BB King and a couple of other uh, people like in country music and stuff. And he went out to do this gig and he opened for this guy at one time, and the people at the place like really really liked Joel and the guys that came with him. And so the next time when he was supposed to open for the dude, it was like they messed up all the sound and shit.
Oh no, it's the worst.
On purpose.
What?
Because all of Joel's stuff was like really splotchy and the sound was really bad. And then when the other dude came out, it was suddenly all working and just fine.
Oh, that's such bullshit.
Yeah, we were like, oh, we know what you did.
Music can be such a petty thing. Like I was in a pop punk band in my like early 20s. Yeah, I think I told you about that one before. But
yeah,
we were offered a gig at a local venue, like a fairly well known local venue that like it would have been really cool. I'd always wanted to play there. But the guy, so they were all like quite a bit older than me. Like I was in my 20s, and I think they were in like their early 30s.
Yeah.
So they were quite a bit older than me, so I didn't really have as much like authority as they had. And the dude who was like the de facto leader of the band turned down this gig in this local venue and was like, "No, we're gonna do this gig in Liverpool, and it's gonna be in this like pizza cafe thing." And I was like, "Right." And they're like, yeah, it's going to be like a themed night, like pop punk and pizza. I was like, right. But what I didn't realise till I got there was it was all under false pretenses, mate. Jesus. I got to this venue, and it really was. What? Sorry.
I just love the way you said that. It was so fucking. It was all under false pretenses, mate.
It was. It really was, because I got there right, and it's this proper, really small, stereotypical cafe, like with the black and white tiles on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like that sort of cafe, but they sold like hipster pizzas. And the room that we were doing like the gig in was like this back room in the cafe that we weren't allowed to use until 7 p.m. at night, I think, maybe 8 p.m. But the leader of the band didn't tell us that, told us to be there for like, I don't know, 5 p.m. or something. What I didn't realise was, next to this little pizza cafe venue that we were at, right, there's this fancy-ass like Turkish restaurant that the leader of the band took his wife to be. Took her to go eat in this fancy little restaurant that she'd always wanted to go to, and the venue just happened to be next to.
Oh, wow.
So the whole thing was, I'm going to turn down this local gig at like a well-respected local venue to go and play at this pizza cafe that happens to be next to a restaurant where my wife's always wanted to eat. And I was so pissed off.
Wow.
The band actually broke up not long after that.
What was his like goal there? Was he doing it? Was he like spiteful because he couldn't take her to the restaurant? Was he like trying to like show off to the like? What was the goal there?
I don't know. They were just like, we got there, and I thought we were gonna like hang out as a band, because a band to me had always been like a group of friends.
Right. Yeah.
This one was being treated way more just like a group of individuals that were playing music together, which I really wasn't into.
Right.
We got there, and he was like, "Right, I'll see you in a bit. We're going for a meal at this place." And I was just like, "Oh, so the reason we came here was so you could go for a meal at that place, then?"
Yeah.
And the gig, if we can even call it that, the gig didn't start. It was 3 hours late because the headline band was like delayed. So we had to go on 3 hours late. Bearing in mind that I had my dogs waiting at home, so we needed to like drive back from Liverpool, which is like a good maybe like 2-hour drive or something.
Yeah.
And they were like super pissed off at me because when we were done with the set, I was like, I'm gonna have to bounce. Like, I need to go because I need to get back for the dogs. And they were just like really pissed that I like left before the headliner came on because they were like, oh, it's really disrespectful. And I was like, well, it was 3 hours late.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah. Plus, you can't say that's disrespectful. It's like, dude, I have a life. Like,
Yeah.
you don't know what's going on with me. Maybe I only had time to come do this, and now I got to go other shit that I have responsibility to. You can't say I'm disrespecting you because I have a life.
Right.
Exactly.
How presumptuous and childish of you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, and they arranged the gig for May 4th because it was Star Wars Day. So it was like it'll be Star Wars, pizza, and pop punk, and I was just like, I mean, I didn't even really want to be in a pop punk band to start with, but it was one of them where I went and auditioned for it, and I got along with the guys initially, but I regret that band now. I look back and I'm like, that was some of the worst vocal work I did.
Yeah, you told me they were like trying to get you to sing all like proper, or no, you said it was the opposite. You were singing good, and they were like, no, sound like shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they got me to audition by doing All the Small Things by Blink-182, and then told me off because I was singing it too well.
Yeah. Okay. This next one it's 4 birds. One is on one side of the poster, and the others are away from it on the other side of the poster. They're on a power line, and it says, "Tolerance. Don't judge yourself too harshly. Leave that to us."
Because don't worry, we will judge you.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, Val, calm down. Put your murder boner away.
Do Americans use like the colloquialism of bird? Like over here, it would be like a older man thing to say. It's like to refer to a woman as a bird. Like, oh, you're right, mate. How's your bird doing?
Yeah. We use it primarily by calling older women old birds. That's primarily the way it's used over here, and it's used somewhat derogatorily. Like you old bird.
Oh yeah, I get you.
Yeah,
it's funny in the region where I'm from. Duck is like a term of endearment. Like duck is used like mate. Like, hey up duck, how you doing?
Of course it is. Of course it is. This next one is a guy. It's just a picture of a guy's leg, and he's about to step on hot coals. And it says, "Confidence. If you believe in yourself firmly enough, you can attempt not just the difficult, but even the truly ridiculous."
See, I think that would have been better as a meme of like at the top of the screen. It should have been like things I would rather do. Or like things I would rather do less than walk on coals. Like things I would rather do less. And then at the bottom it's like, read Elfish, you're the sorceress.
Yeah, but that's just a totally different meme. You gotta understand. Memes are great because they require you to apply creativity within a format. And the test of a meme is, how can I make this format that has been done 1,000 other times fresh and funny, but still accurate and original and still applicable to the meme. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what I love about memes. You get to see 1,000 versions of the same joke and pick the best one. It's like, all right, so we all agree this version of the joke is the right one. All right, bet.
Okay, done.
I want to get to this next one. This next one is a picture. It's funny that I brought this up earlier, and now there's a picture of it on a Demote poster. It's a guy climbing an ice cliff, and it looks like he's about to fall. So, risk-taking. The pain you feel today will be the strength you feel tomorrow, or you could die from it. It's hard to know. It's hard to know with these things sometimes.
That's excellent. I don't even really have anything to say about that because it's just
Oh my
it's
god.
just spot on.
Yes.
Yeah, I love it. So, just a bunch of people doing thumbs up. Sincerity. Our customers won't care how much we know until they know how much we care. So we've had to get really good at faking both.
That's so cheap as fuck.
It is. It is.
Oh,
That's why I knew you'd be able to appreciate these, man. Because just this
yeah.
is just yeah.
Sincerity. It's just for me that would be like a snapshot of Rocky when he's chasing the chicken. Sincerity. I can't catch it. Sincerity. I couldn't catch it if it was a virus.
Okay, this next one is a picture of a Roomba, and it says, "Innovation. We regret to inform you that the flying cars we promised aren't feasible, but we do hope you'll enjoy the spying vacuums."
We do hope that you'll enjoy these automated vacuums
Right.
that roll over dog turds and spread them around the house.
Oh God!
Man. Or oh man, well that makes me think of this picture that someone posted. I can't remember if it was on Pinterest or Instagram, but it was someone had a Ouija board burnished into the hardwood on their living room floor. And the meme said, "Everyone's gangster until the Roomba summons Satan."
I'm not kidding. As agnostic as I am, I wouldn't go into that person's house. I'd be like,
Right.
You've drawn a Ouija board on the floor, motherfucker. I ain't coming into your house.
Right, exactly.
I don't necessarily believe in ghosts, but I'm fucking scared that I'm wrong about that, and I'm not coming into your place.
Yeah, it's like, okay. Yeah. Oh, man.
And meanwhile, I see that, and I'm just like, God, you're such a fucking edgelord. Why are you such a fucking edgelord? Like, dude, this is so cringe. Are you kidding me, bro?
You may as well have just drawn pentagrams on all of your walls.
Right.
Right. And fucking and done the Joker ha 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 laughter tattoo on your fucking arm and shit. Like, come on, man.
And have a poster of Dracula over your bed.
Oh my God, that's edgelord teenage girl status right there.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
And your room was called Frankenstein.
This next one is a picture of a cactus with a balloon drifting near it, and it says, "Sensitivity. Be advised, I failed the training."
It's also, hey, get ready for this one, Zach. It's also, it could be captioned, the economy.
Sensitivity, the economy, yeah.
No, I meant the balloon floating near the cactus.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
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 Okay, this next one is a guy wearing, it's just his arm, and he's wearing a nice suit, and he's got like a marionette cross beam in his hand. And it says, "Conspiracy. Never attribute to stupidity that which can be adequately explained by a pathological bloodlust for control." Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
1,000,000%. Abso-fucking-lutely.
Yeah.
He really believes this.
Yes.
I do.
Well, because it's true.
I can feel the passion. I can feel it. Zach. It's bleeding through the screen.
Good. It should.
No.
Okay, this next one is like a picture of like a side. Oh, it's a drone. It's a drone over a time-lapse picture of a city. And it says, "Dystopia. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. And now they're bringing it right to my driveway and taxing me for it."
Excellent. You know what you should do on Sunday, by the way? You should just motivate yourself by just pretending that I'm there talking shit to you. Like, you're not going to do this, Zach. Come on. Lift a bit harder. What are you doing? You're barely even trying.
I know that's 400 pounds in your hand, Zach, but honestly, I really think you're not giving this 100%, mate.
I mean, you're used to lifting heavy things. You carry me and Kate every week.
That's right. But I do it out of love. These burdens are light upon my back.
Unlike the weight on you on Sunday, which will be very, very heavy, and you won't be able to lift them.
Oh my god!
Shh, I'm trying to secretly. I'm trying to reverse psychology him. Shh. I secretly really believe in him, but he doesn't need positive affirmations. He needs me taking the piss out of him. His reaction to the positive affirmations that I gave him last night, I could just tell he was like, "Bro, thank you, but you're a dickhead."
No, it was not. It's that I don't know.
I know. You don't rise to it.
Don't rise to what? What does that even mean?
It means that I'm baiting you.
Oh.
Because I know that you weren't really awkward about it.
Okay. This sucks because it's probably going to be almost entirely visual, but I do still want to check it out because this is like really big. I spent 150 days creating a Naruto trailer part 2. And the thumbnail shows you like this dude took the original cartoon and like made it into hyper realistic animation.
Okay.
Last week I started.
Oh god, that looks so fucking cool already. It's just
speaking of. Sorry, go.
What?
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, speaking of animation, did you see the fucking GTA 6 leaks that came out like a couple of weeks ago now?
I heard about them. I didn't look at them.
Well, me either.
Are you being serious? Should we actually look at those after this?
I don't know. I don't think there's much to. I reckon you'd get copyrighted, so no.
Okay. All right.
Creating a Naruto live action trailer. And after a lot of planning and 3 weeks of VFX work, we finished 2 shots from 66. So I better start creating the VFX shots much faster if I want to finish the trailer in time.
Because I only have until December 12th to finish the thing.
But Alex, why do you put yourself in these impossible challenges?
I don't know, bro. I don't know. It's done.
Being a YouTuber is setting yourself arbitrary deadlines and then being stressed when you can't meet them.
Right.
Yep.
So
that music was 2000s as fuck.
Yes.
And by the way, this is rational Alex. He's always trying to help me solve my problems rationally.
Now I have to create the last 5 shots from the Madara scene.
And what do you already have?
Okay, do we care about his like little fucking video where he's like having a conversation with himself and us about the creation of this fucking trailer? Do we care?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. All right.
The final video.
God, that is a dope ass little fucking. Did you watch the Naruto cartoon at all?
No, never. I had friends that were really into like anime, but it was never something that I got into myself.
Dude, that sucks because I love anime.
Oh no! Yeah.
It's not like I was one of them people that was like, anime sucks and I don't know why you'd watch it. It was just one of those things that I just never got into.
Right.
But I always respect people who are into things because, being into something is always good.
Right.
But some of my favorite YouTubers and booktubers as well are people that just are interested in things that I wouldn't personally be interested in, but I'm just interested in hearing them talk about it.
Mm-hmm. So, Zach, we were going to react to Meat Canyon.
Oh yeah, we were.
Meat
For
Canyon.
that. Meat Canyon.
Meat Canyon.
Oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Wait. Always do this when you squat. Okay, hang on.
You guys, I assume you guys know who Tom Hardy is, right?
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I realized the other day that he's really, really good at playing different characters, and I would love to see his take on Valdus. I feel like it's a weird one because I haven't actually, I've never actually seen his face. But with like the fact that he plays Bane, and oh my god, the character he plays in Peaky Blinders is so good. It's like whenever he's on screen as Alfie Solomons in Peaky Blinders, I am like 100% engaged.
Yeah.
It's like the character is so good and really like intriguing. Where he's a really strange character, and the way Tom Hardy plays him is really strange, but also like just so dynamic. And I'm like, yeah, you're the only person that I can think of that I would be like, you know what? I'd at least want to see an audition to see what you would do with Valdus.
Yeah, I hear that. I don't. So I have seen Tom's face, and I don't like when I picture Valdus. I picture, especially because of how you've described him already. I don't picture someone who looks anything like Tom, but I do think Tom could act him well, and so that there's obviously I do think that acting the character well is more important than matching them visually. To some extent.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when they've been created by a blind author.
Yeah. Okay.
That's so weird. If it was made into a TV show or a film, and like people had to get casted, and people were like, "That's not how I imagine that character," and I'm like, "Yeah, but I can't see them." So,
okay, really quick. This is fitness related, but I'm going to make you suffer through it.
What muscle does a squat work? If you have an average IQ, you said legs. If you're on the far left or right of the bell curve, though, you said arms. Okay, real talk, let's talk about using your arms in the squat. 2 cues I like. First, driving your elbows under the bar, and second, bending the bar actively around your back. Both of these should boost your upper back tightness and get you some benefit. Link below to a more in-depth guide I made.
All right. So, Mason, you know that thing I be talking about all the time that that you don't know anything about and you're not into?
which one?
Warhammer 40K.
Oh yeah, I never said I have no interest in that.
Oh, okay. I assumed because you never expressed any.
Well, no. Yes, I find it fairly intriguing.
Okay.
I promise I'll give you more positive affirmations about it.
Okay. This is a video by a guy named Major Kill. And he explains like individual aspects and characters from the Warhammer 40K verse. So this says Lucifer Blacks, explained by an Australian.
G'day, guys and gal. It seems like every race and faction in 40k is allowed to have their uber elite unit types. The Elder have their Solitaires, Autarchs, and Archons. The Orcs have their War Bosses, and the Space Marines have guys that don't wear helmets. So what do the Guardsmen get? Scions? Not bad, but not enough to make me quiver in excitement. No, they get the Lucifer Blacks, an elite force of extremely skilled and overtrained agents that represent the peak martial skill and intelligence that a mortal human could ever hope to achieve. They
Why
were
would you
chosen
not want them to be overtrained?
Yeah.
gardens of the Imperial Palace, and to this day they remain the most feared and respected guardsman regiment in the Imperium. And yes, they are technically a guardsman regiment, despite barely following any of the conventions of a regiment. If I still haven't piqued your interest, a Lucifer Black was able to get past a Primarch's guard in a melee duel and stab him in the chest, something that even the best Space Marines can't manage. Before we get black with
Oh God! So they're like if the Navy SEALs had like a special division.
Yes.
Yeah.
Whew. All right. But with futuristic tech enhancements.
Mm-hmm.
All
Which
right.
always make everything more tight.
Oh, 100% more tight. Oh, so tight.
Oh my.
You know those awesome cosplay calendars that I sold a little while ago? Well, turns out there's a couple spare
Which
Yep, that you have.
I have one of.
You have one.
boxes
Yep.
of the 2022 version in A4. Now that does make them quite outdated from a date keeping perspective, but still very valid and powerful for Jerkin the Gherkin to 12 play photos featuring 4 or 5 if you sexy models. So I thought instead of committing
It doesn't matter what the date is. It's still pictures of.
It's still pictures of hot girls wearing awesome fake armor.
Right.
But is it tight or some fake armor?
Yes, I would say probably yes.
Yeah, yeah. You know what of the armor they are actually wearing? That
Yeah,
is-
there's only a few pictures where the cosplay actually involves any armor. So yeah.
I thought I may as well list them for 60% off their original price tag and try and move them to a better place other than the garbage tip. With that kind of
Oh, you son of a bitch. Caitlin, I bought mine, and then he did his birthday sale, and then he did that other sale. Or no, there was another sale before. There was a sale before the birthday sale. Then there was the birthday sale. Now he's slashing 70% off the price. And I'm that sucker who bought his at full price. Fuck you, Major Kill.
Uh-huh. It's my birthday next month.
Oh, yeah? What are you going to do?
I don't know yet, but I think that I'm on with you guys the day before because it's a Thursday. It's the 17th of November.
Oh, nice. I'll get fucking plastered. We'll have a thing.
Yeah.
My meat will be done by then, assuming it properly fermented. It should have, assuming the yeast was good.
Yeah. We should be back.
By when?
And stuff.
By what time?
By the day before his birthday.
Yeah, what day is? Yeah, Caitlin, I didn't hear
The
the date.
16th of November, it would be.
The 16th.
Well, where are you going?
We are going down to Arizona's.
Again.
For some Peronis.
No, we don't like the Coronis.
I said Peroni, but okay.
Did you say Peroni? Caitlin, did you say that?
You did say Peroni.
What is Peroni?
It's a alcoholic beverage. I'm not sure whether it's like beer or lager or ale.
It's Italian beer.
Ah, that sounds gross.
Yes, because of course you would never drink foreign beer.
He's like, no, he just doesn't like beer.
I only drink American-made beer. I only drink beer if it's red, white, and blue on the can.
Listen to me. My beer was made in God's country. That makes it better. Mm-hmm.
It's red, white, and blue with an eagle on the can. Top and tip right off. Looks like I'm drinking out of the eagle's mouth.
Oh my
Badass.
god.
Oh, when I taste it, it tastes like freedom.
Oh my god.
It's like the eagle's baby bird and me freedom right in my mouth.
No.
Frankly, nothing tastes better.
Can you imagine?
I would spit on my wife's face for another can.
Oh my god.
I would sell one of my firstborn children to get another can of that badass motherfucking beer. Baby bird and eagle spit right into my mouth.
If you
Fucking
told
fantastic.
me, if you told me that you were gonna give me a lifetime subscription to that there beer, I would kill a man.
I would kill him with my bare hands.
I would eat his heart.
I would cook his liver for my wife.
I would serve his marrow to my children.
I would feed his remains to my pigs.
I would eat the pigs.
By which I would vicariously be eating him, but not directly, and therefore I would not feel like a cannibal.
Oh my god.
Love the way I said cannibal there as well. I would not feel like a cannibal.
I would not feel like a cannibal. One of those things the children do into the pool.
Look, Daddy, I've been doing cannibal. Very good, son. Now here, have another beer.
Oh my god. That makes me think of this character my brother Seth watches all the time. There was this old comedian named Jim Varney, and he had this character called Lloyd Worrell. And he was like this guy that lived in the backwoods. And that voice that you were doing, Mason, just made me think of him because he had his name. He was like, I'm Lloyd Worrell. And then when he would talk to his son's name was Mistake.
Stay, come here, fetch your dad a beer. Son, what have I told you about stealing my white vests?
He's like, Mistake?
Mistake? Weren't you in school today?
Listen, Mistake, you ain't too old to go over my knee.
Daddy, I'm 16.
I will turn your hide red. I will turn it as red as the red is on the good old flag of America.
Oh my god.
That's God's red, son.
God bleeds red, son. Red, white, and blue. Now get the belt and get over here.
Oh man.
Can I just say as well, though, it also sounds like a family member of the guy that you called into Dear Mason with. Zach, you on the porch drinking again?
You don't understand, Dale. She left me.
She left you 3 years ago, Zach. Every time I come around here, you're out on the porch, drinking more beer, sitting in the rain, feeling sorry for yourself, calling that hack DJ. It's over, Zach. I'm telling you, she's moved on.
I haven't, Dale.
Zach, she is remarried. She has a new son.
I
Time
kill
to
him.
go home.
I killed the son bitch.
I love how being in proximity to my character has made your character more like that.
Well, I just, yeah, you're right. I'm losing the voice. You're right. Excuse me.
No, it's just one of those. It's just one of those people, you know, where they have like one set of family members that live in like a really nice, well-to-do place, and when they go, like it's like an English person where they go down south to meet their relatives and like, hello mother, how are you? Yes, would you like tea and scones? And then they go back up to Yorkshire and they're like, oh bloody hell, it were fucking terrible down there, mate.
Yes. Oh my god.
Oh, that's brilliant.
It's like me when I'm talking to my nana and granddad. Like I've got this voice now, but as soon as I get on the phone to me nana, you're all right, nana, how you doing?
Oh my god. Yeah, that's kind of like me after I spend enough time like around my granny, because oh my god.
Around your granny?
Yes.
You
Yeah.
get a little bit of twang going on when you're around your nana.
Yep. It's like, oh shit.
Oh, hot damn.
It's like, oh no. No. It's like, see what had happened was, okay. You see what had happened was?
You see,
I'm listening.
well, what had happened was she took a kiss and she left me.
Well, Zach, my advice, and thank you for calling the show, by the way. My advice would be drink yourself a beer, get yourself over there, and speak your mind, son. You got to speak your mind and tell her the truth.
Oh, no.
You got to win her back at any cost, son.
You're right. You're right. And if that asshole Greg answers the door, I am going to beat that guy's ass.
And you know what, Zach? You were perfectly in your rights to do so, because that man, he is a danger to your way of life. To beat him black and blue would be a matter of self-defense, son.
Oh, no.
You have to stand your ground. Now, thank you for calling into the show. We're going to be back after this advertisement.
Okay, we're going to hit play now.
But it's about preserving the dignity of those cosplay models. So if you missed out on the original
Oh
calendars,
my God.
calendars, I thought I may as well list them for 60% off their original price tag and try and move them to a better place other than the garbage tip. Without
They're in a better place now.
Profit,
Right.
it's about preserving the dignity of those cosplay models. So if you missed out on the original calendars or thought they were too pricey, then now's your chance. I've had nothing but feedback with a number of people emailing me being like, dude, I got this calendar, but I never ordered it. What's going on? Meaning that you funny cats and kittens have been anonymously sending these to your mates to mess with them. I'm so proud.
That is brilliant. That is actually brilliant.
That really is great.
Today I'll go for
Okay,
the
so I need to order one of them. Send it to Dan.
That would be hilarious, dude. If you do that, you have to tell me how he reacts.
It's almost worth the money, to be honest.
Yeah.
Dude, it's 100% worth the money. He's like, dude, you know what happened to me the other day? I go to my mail, right? And I pull out this envelope. It's rather big. And I open it, and it's got this calendar. And they were naked. They were naked bitches in the calendar, Mason.
I love your English accent. I love that it's a caricature of, like, I don't know, like it's so Oliver Twist. It's so Dickensian. Oh, Tilly ho! I opened my mail today, and there were bitches in there, naked bitches, Mason. I thought, Tootie Pip, here's some naked dames.
Oh no!
I said,
all of a flutter.
I said, Daddy, look at here, look at the fancy beds. My daddy said, he said to me, he said, well, son, those are quite the pair of milkers on that bird there.
And I said, too right, Father, Tilly Poo. And he said, Pip, Pip, off to the shop you go.
He said Bip Bip.
Pip Pip, off to the shop you go. Here's a 5p.
Oh, but Daddy, if you give me this 5p, then I'll be 6p richer. Ah.
Oh no, son, I'm just teaching you the woes of the economy.
No, Mason, because the band 6p, none the richer. So you get it? He gives him 5p, so he's 6p, none the richer, because he only gave him 5. Come.
I didn't know the band to start with.
Oh, okay. That shot the joke. That shot half of the joke right there.
I got it. It's okay.
It's okay. You popped Kate. I'm worried about this. Why did you not tell me about this, Kate? You know, I just didn't picture you punching Kate in the mouth.
Yeah, that's what I meant by pop. Yeah. Yep, that.
Yep.
Well, it was either that or you shot her, and I just can't see that happening.
Yeah. I mean, it was pretty aggressive.
Awesome. Good for you.
They've been up to for the last 10,000 years or so. Oh, let's get into it. During the dawn of the Imperium, many of the original Guardsmen regiments were actually conquered armies of the Emperor's enemies that he was so impressed by that he allowed them to maintain their culture and name. The Lucifer Blacks were not amongst these regiments. They had been loyal from the Emperor from day one and served as his elite mortal soldiers. His special...
I am an elite mortal soldier.
Very high casualty rates during the Unification Wars, and by the time Terra was united, there was only a handful of them left. Instead of spending the time, effort, and resources rebuilding them into a full regiment, the Emperor had shifted his focus to transhuman super soldiers like the Astartes. To most regiments, this would have been a massive bummer, but the Lucifer Blacks were known for their ability to give absolutely zero fucks. They have no fear, hesitation, or hormone issues. They are completely immune to transhuman dread, that being the feeling of shock and fear normal mortals get when in conflict with Astartes, Custodes, or Primarchs. They will straight up happily...
Primarch is a cheap clothing brand where I'm from.
Oh, wow.
Well, here... it's a fucking dude that's fucking 15 feet tall or more, weighs like 700 pounds, and can bench press a tank.
Well, where I'm from, it's a budget retail store.
Oh my god.
Their orders. With the Lucifer Blacks decimated, they moved from an on-field fighting force to a bunch of extremely elite bodyguards that were to protect fleet commanders, high lords, or anyone important. Having a Lucifer Black bodyguard was considered to be a massive flex. They were incredibly intelligent and perceptive, able to sense threats to an almost supernatural degree. When John Grammaticus, a 1,000-year-old ancient psychic,
there's a lot of names like that in this franchise.
Grammaticus sounds like the worst superhero ever.
Yeah.
He just flies through the wall whenever you whenever you write a sentence that isn't grammatically correct. Just flies through the wall, punches you in the face. That comma's in the wrong place.
Grammar Nazi.
That clause doesn't go there.
You said that he was a superhero, so it would actually be like you're getting like fucking, I don't know, you're getting the shit beaten out of you or something, and you trick the guy beating the shit out of you into saying something that's not grammatically correct, and then Grammaticus just suddenly appears and saves you and beats the shit out of him, but not because he was beating the shit out of you, but because he said you ain't going nowhere.
Don't you mean you aren't going anywhere? Kablam! Bow!
Exactly.
hacker who was geared up and trained by the most powerful Xeno organization in the galaxy, tried to infiltrate an expedition fleet's high command so that he could gain access to the Alpha Legion and deliver a message. It wasn't the Alpha Legion he struggled with, but the Lucifer Blacks. They were always nipping at his heels. One of them even snuck up on him and attacked him while he was spying on a meeting. The fight was intense.
He's there with his
John
eye
barely
pressed against the
overcoming the
wall,
extreme. Seriously,
just watching through a little hole.
John
Right?
got real fucked up from that fight, and it almost completely ruined his mission. This was just a no-name Lucifer. The commander was able to deduce John's identity through meditation and detective work, which was an insane feat, considering the web of lies and deceit John had spun to cover his own ass. So why are the Lucifers so
That's a
elite?
pretty useful thing as a detective.
Top-notch.
I meditated, and I know that the killer is you.
Yeah. Yeah.
How? I meditated.
Right. Well, I
I
mean,
slept on it.
I mean, this is in a universe where, you know, they have to pray to their guns so that they work correctly.
Right. Literally, Mason, that is a thing. In Warhammer 40k, there's these things called machine spirits, and everything that is mechanical, electrical, whatever, has one. Everything from your pager to your fucking skyscraper-sized tank has a machine spirit. And the bigger the piece of tech, the bigger the machine spirit, more powerful the machine spirit.
Oh, my
Which
poor
is
phone.
what?
My poor phone.
Right?
And
That's,
so
that shit is just about hanging on by life support. Like, my battery drains so quick now.
yeah.
Oh.
So yeah, you and if your machine spirit is upset at you, it can just make the piece of tech stop working. So yeah, you literally have to pray to your gun sometimes.
Yeah.
Everything makes sense now.
Mhm.
I just haven't been praying to my phone.
Yes, you're like, please work.
And the laptop. Oh, machine spirit of this laptop. Lee, what's the brand again? It's an Acer, Mason. Oh, holy machine spirit of the Acer laptop.
Oh Lord Toshiba, please grace me with your technological prowess.
Oh man.
Oh, that actually sounds like it could be a deity.
Well, Lord Toshiba. Just a really, really obscure god. It's like the god of vape pens.
Oh gosh.
The god of vape pens. Yeah, man. So I got this strawberry lemon ultra blast flavor. It's got like 10,000 milligrams of THC in a cartridge, but also nicotine for when you want to get that sweet cross buzz, bro.
I'm
Plus,
currently enjoying a strawberry blueberry.
A what?
So I'm currently enjoying a strawberry blueberry flavor one.
Ah.
oh yeah, does it come with a dick-shaped rainbow lollipop?
I hope so. That sounds like my idea of a good Christmas. Sadly, it's THC free. I wish it wasn't, but that'd be meant.
Oh, that's hilarious. All right.
Utilizing black carapace armor over a deep woven mesh of anti-ballistic threads. Whatever the fuck that means, but it sounds impressive. They use a combo of shock glaives as well as wildly sharp sabers, like so sharp that they can cut into Primarch armor. More on that in a bit. They also have fully enclosed helmets.
Guys, you know what I've just realised?
What?
He's playing the music. The music in the background. It's from Epidemic Sound. It's the song from the Cove Raid in Bloody Bleeding Ground.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's great.
See what their faces are like. However, their visage has been described as incredibly intimidating. If they are sounding a bit like the Custodes, that's because they are...
Man, I can barely hear it, Mason. That is so fucking... Like, this is something I was going to say to you earlier about the fucking thing you said about the concert. Like, how you actually pay attention to, like, the sound mix and the quality of the fucking venue acoustics and all that shit. Like that shit is so impressive to me. Like that is just not a skill I have. Audio discernment like that is just beyond me. Like I can tell where sounds are coming from really well, but beyond that, anything more fancy than that is just uncanny.
Well, I was half wrong anyway, because it definitely is from the Bleeding Ground, but it was actually the reason I got mixed up was because it's Dream Cave, who I use quite a lot for Bleeding Ground, and it was actually the bit just after as they're escaping from the square in Lockbury. And I noticed it because on the bit where it was like, it sounds badass, I could hear like the quiet, the choral vocals in the background, like the do 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 do, and after that it goes into the and that's I had that song in my head for so long because I knew that I wanted to use that song before I'd even wrote that chapter. I specifically wrote that scene with that song in mind.
Nice.
More or less the human version of them. Similar skill set, gear, and loadout. They're just like bitch custodies. Inferior. Everything is inferior to the Golden Banana Boys. Although originally they were an Ischia raised regiment, wherever the fuck that is, they aren't particularly drawn from one world or another. More so, they are selected from different worlds or even regiments based on their attitudes, skills, and badassery. They are the kind of bodyguards that are present during confidential meetings, so they have to be utterly reliable and able to keep a secret. Although they are kind of sounding like Inquisitors, Inquisitors are a lot more fun, open, and creative. Lucifer Blacks, on the other hand, are like robots, like CIA agents. Also, as the Inquisitors came after the heresy, the Lucifers were genuinely the closest thing to Inquisitors before the Inquisition was formed. We are actually given a look at one of the origins of a Lucifer Black commander. He grew up as a child soldier on a war-torn world, leading his troops before he was even a real teenager, with dozens of kills under his belt. When the Imperium came, they saw this war-hardened veteran child with extreme mental issues and zero empathy, and they were like, fuck yes. Just to give an idea of the kind of people that become Lucifers. Onto their combat prowess. Any mortal man will always try to avoid conflict with a Lucifer. Trying to fight one is a death sentence. Even Astartes find them impressive, especially due to their resistance to transhuman dread. When Alpharius had to murder an entire Imperial expedition fleet to maintain his cover, he personally confronted the Lord General of the fleet. An entire retinue of Lucifer Blacks charged Alpharius without hesitation, and whilst he did massacre most of them without much drama, their leader, the child soldier I spoke of before, was able to dodge, parry, and even get past Alpharius' guard, shoving his long, girthy black blade into Alpharius' torso, which drew blood. Unfortunately for the Lucifer, Primarchs are kind of resistant to getting shanked, so Alpharius simply said, "That's all you get," before cutting the Lucifer in half. Still though, that's an insane achievement.
It's a childhood thing, when you're playing with your mates as a kid, and you're like, I just shot you with the spell. And then your mate's like, yeah, but I had magic resistant armor on. And you go, yeah, but my magic is enough to get through magic resistant armor. But actually, I can't be shanked. I'm resistant to it.
I have armor of -18 shanking. Well, this is a +19 shank.
Well, that means that you only get +1 damage on me then.
Oh my
god! That's 1 damage to my 100 HP. But what about the poison effect on my shank? There's no poison effect. I have a poison effect on my shank.
Oh my god!
We would be the worst playing a role-playing game together.
Oh my god,
dude! I would absolutely love to play D&D with you. That would be so fucking fun.
That would be awesome. Oh.
I don't know how awesome it would be. I only ever got invited to one, and I wasn't invited back.
What?
Well, yeah, but those people are obviously lame.
They're obviously lame, Mason.
Obviously lame. Oh my god. That makes me think of how my brothers, when they were younger, they used to get into these arguments, but it would always end up being, no, I'm another guy. I'm another guy. I'm another guy because he would kill him, but then he would respawn. And he would be like, "No, I killed you."
Yeah, but now I'm Gandalf.
Right. It would be like
No, it's
30
just
minutes.
no, it's just like my first character was Adam. I'm Adam, but with 2 M's. Okay. Well, no, I'm not the same Adam. I'm Adam with 3 M's.
Oh my god.
No. See, I'm Adam, but with an X after the M, so it's Adams.
Now it's beginning to start like an online dating profile.
Oh my god.
Adam XXX.
Oh my god.
Ah, shit.
Fighting this Lucifer, he was the last one left, so it wasn't like Alpharius was distracted and he got in a lucky shot. To be fair to Alpharius, he certainly underestimated the Lucifer, combined with the fact that Alpharius is the physically weakest Primarch, as evident by him being the shortest, getting killed by Dawn in a duel, and sharing his Primarch essence with his twin Omegon. But regardless, very good effort by the Lucifer. There was a Terran Lord who was so influential that he was able to acquire a Lucifer Black for not only himself, but his entire family. Unfortunately for him, this Lucifer was actually a sleeper agent for Horus. As this Lord was a triple agent, i.e. he was a spy for Dawn who acted like a spy for Horus, the Lucifer's job was to kill the Lord if he showed
Okay,
that
now
he
my brain's starting to hurt.
Horus.
It's too much gossip.
revealed that he was a triple agent, i.e. he was a spy for Dawn who acted like a spy for Horus, the Lucifer's job was to kill the Lord if he showed that he wasn't actually loyal to Horus. As soon as it was revealed that he was working for Dawn, the Lucifer blew up the Lord, then proceeded to try and blow up some infrastructure that would have killed a lot of people. It took some serious ball-breaking effort and a torn ACL from one of the greatest custodians to thwart this by Lucifer.
And a torn ACL.
Abilities. Now, this does bring the question about their loyalty if they betrayed the Lord like this for Horus. However, it's not shown what occurred for the Lucifer to come into Horus's service. Maybe he was always loyal to Horus, got ordered to go to the Imperium as an agent, and then watch over the Lord. Either way, the custody had to work his ass off to stop him. During the heresy, a lot of Lucifers died protecting their various lords and charges. This, combined with the overall decay and corruption of the Imperium after the last of the loyalist Primarchs vanished, meant that the quality of the Lucifers dropped sharply. They were thought of as signs of influence and power, but as this period of time was quite peaceful, i.e. Chaos had just gotten curb stomped, Nids, Necrons and Tau weren't yet a thing, and the Elder didn't want to touch humanity with a 12-inch dildo, there wasn't much need for a Lucifer to be intensely trained or given opportunities to get real-life combat experience. Because of this, by the time the War of the Beast occurred, they were little more than well-trained and equipped mercenaries that were used as political favors. They were shadows of their former selves. Despite this, they still maintained a code of honor. When it became clear that the High Lord of the Imperium was a useless fuckwit, and Astartes' chapter master declared he would replace him to deal with the Orc menace, the High Lord summoned his Lucifers and ordered them to arrest the chapter master. However, that chapter master had just broken his balls doing super heroic shit, so the Lucifers changed allegiance and served the Astartes for the remainder of the war. Sometime after this, the very cheeky Grandmaster...
Oh, where have you been? I've been out doing super heroic shit.
Them there villains, they never saw Bill coming.
No.
They never thought to look behind them.
Oh, no.
You know, Bill, he's always been a bit grabby.
He's very quiet. His footsteps wouldn't disturb a bee when it's collecting its nectar.
Oh, dear.
And his hands, they grip an ass like a vice, let me tell you.
Getting out of that grip, well, it's like taking, I'm really struggling to think of a metaphor. It's like taking the water out of a fish's mouth.
What?
It's like pulling a baby calf out of its mother's mouth. It's damn near impossible.
It's like pulling a what out of its mother's mouth?
A calf out of its mother's mouth. You know, the mouth that she eats with, not the other mouth.
Why would the calf be in its mother's mouth?
Dude, I don't know. I was just coming up with a ridiculous metaphor. Please don't ask me to justify what I say, ever.
He's like, don't ask me questions to which neither of us know the answer.
You're fine. It's like trying to get petrol back in the pump.
Right.
There we go. That makes some sense. Fuck, Mason. Come on. Do better.
You do better.
Do better.
Well, you do better.
No, I have +8 wand of make Mason do better.
And I have the ability to minus -18 anything you do. So
I love that. I love that little dismissive raspberry. So it's like so I guess you're fucked.
A power, assassinating the other High Lords and putting puppets in their place. In order to extend further, he disbanded the Lucifer.
Oh my god, what, Mason?
just replacing them with puppets.
Oh, you think you meant literally?
No, I don't think he meant literally. I just think it would be hilarious if he did. He's just killing off all these High Lords and just leaving puppets in their place.
Literally replacing them with puppets.
So he's a serial killer with a fucking funny ass calling card.
Oh my god!
Oh my god,
What
that's
would be
brilliant.
really funny is if also that these puppets were like somehow, I don't know, he psychically was able to channel stuff into them.
They're just marionettes, and he just waits until whoever cares about the person comes into the room, and then he like gets the marionette to get up and like wave at them.
Right? It's like they do.
I'm digging where your thoughts going.
Yep. Yeah, and they do really over the top, just parody behavior of how that person used to behave.
Here's John cheating on his wife again.
Right? It's like, oh, hi, my name is John, and I like to cheat on my wife.
I do it with the little boys from down the street, part of the choir.
His name's Pinocchio. At least it is when I'm around. Come here, Pinocchio.
Oh no.
I need you to lie for me. Make your nose get nice and long.
Oh god.
Oh Lord. I'm very uncomfortable with the line of conversation that I just started.
Oh my god. The whole to putting your nose in places it doesn't belong.
Oh God!
Listen, Pinocchio, you ain't going to be smelling the roses anymore.
You're gonna be smelling the inside of Billy Bob over here. Wow, damn.
Let me tell you, you better get used to the smell of fermentation. Because Bill has a very active gut. He drinks the probiotics.
Oh.
He eats lots of bread, let me tell you.
Oh,
Lots of bread.
no.
In the shape of an eagle. Hey, Bill, give me some of that eagle bread.
Oh my god.
What? I don't get why you guys. Why you're not helping me? Why you're not helping me get back my wife?
Because we're eating eagle bread.
You guys said you were bringing me to hell, and now we're just sitting around eating eagle bread.
Listen, son, eagle bread makes everything better.
Oh my god.
Not this.
Oh man.
Bill, pull the truck around. We're going home.
Oh.
I can't be doing with this little live no more.
Removing them as the mortal guardians of the Imperial Palace and bodyguards of Imperial Lords, as he wanted that role to instead be occupied by assassins loyal to him. He cited their inability to stop the Harlequins.
Yes, because assassins are always loyal.
In the War of the Beast, which, to be fair to the Lucifers, those Harlequins were killing Custodes as well, so what the fuck are the Lucifers going to do about it? Eventually, the Lucifers were refounded and reformed, returning to their original role of elite guardians and not these political pawns or special agents. In the current setting, they are still around and still the chosen mortal guardians of the Imperial Palace. Their reputation was restored and is legendary throughout the Imperium to this day. If you're wondering why these badasses don't have their own novels or aren't featured much, after all, this is probably the first time a lot of you are hearing about them, it's because they have the personalities of quadriplegic vegetables. Like I said, they are basically... They don't banter, joke, or laugh. They even admit that they have never told a joke in their lives. Sure, this helps with the whole stoic, badass, intimidating bodyguard vibe they've got going, but it's fucking appalling for entertainment reasons. A book from the POV of a Lucifer Black would be the most soulless shit imaginable. If you enjoy the video...
Disagree.
You disagree?
Yeah, because I think that what you do in that situation is you make the world around that character ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And the humor that you derive is from this soulless, like this character who just doesn't know how to have fun, just being presented with this wacky world.
Yeah.
Which would be totally feasible for 40K.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, it sounds like it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and 40K is really more of an action drama setting anyways. There is humor to be found, but it's, you know, they're all about their grim darkness.
Right.
Yeah, but I feel like you could have the main character be grimdark, though. Like, imagine them just being super resentful of, like, people that are really happy.
Yeah.
It's like, I remember when I murdered my first man at 6 years old. I haven't been happy since then, except when I kill people. And these
I see the woman smile as she leaves the church. She throws a loving look at her husband. It sickens me.
They don't know what real happiness is. Hot blood on a cold knife.
Nice.
Anyways. Yeah, you know me. I just fucking puke this stuff out for breakfast.
Yeah, I feel like we teamworked that pretty well, though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. I feel like I was one Lucifer Black and you were another Lucifer Black, and we were like kind of having a conversation.
Yeah.
But what was that band you just said? What was the band for that you said you use a bunch of their stuff for Bleeding Ground, Mason?
Dream Cave.
All right. We're going to watch this thing from Meat Canyon because it's the title of this episode of I don't know this episode of us being on bullshitting. And then we're going to check out Dream Cave.
Yeah.
Hi. This is so awkward talking to the camera.
Oh yeah, shit. This is titled Dream Milk's Face Reveal. Do you know who Dream is, Mason?
No.
Okay, he's a famous internet personality who didn't show his face for a long ass time. That's all.
Like Onage Pranks.
I don't know who that is.
Huh? No way, you don't know who Onage Pranks is? Seriously, I'm genuinely surprised by that. It's a prank call, dude.
Nope, I don't. Prank calls aren't really my thing.
Fair dues.
Hi. This is so awkward talking to the camera for the first time. I'm Clay, also known as Dream. You may have heard of me or not. Well, this is my face reveal, and this is what I look like. I'm so happy to reveal my face to you, and I'm happy.
Is it just perfectly average?
To make
Well, see, here's the thing about Meat Canyon cartoons. He draws in this surreal horror style. So even if he's drawing just like a regular ass person, there's going to be an uncanny valley effect, and there absolutely is right now. Yeah. Like his chin is deformed and exaggerated. His eyes are like ridiculously cartoonish. He's like got 5 o'clock shadow, but his upper cheeks are like absolutely flawless. It's very juxtaposed, and it's like this. It's like, I know this is a caricature of a human, but it's an unsettling caricature of a human.
It's like,
so that just shows how my brain works, because I would just have him looking totally nondescript. Like, this is my face reveal. Here's what I look like, and he just looks completely normal.
Farewell content. So thank you for watching. I probably won't show my face in future videos, just a heads up, but yep, here's my face. So thanks for watching. Thanks.
You did good, Dream. Very good.
What?
It feels wrong not revealing my full face. I feel like I'm lying to everyone.
Shh, sweet baby.
Oh no.
Some milk?
Yeah.
Oh God!
I knew it! I knew it!
Oh, lucky hell. So
confused.
The dude just turned around and he's got like an eldritch abomination face on the back of his head.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Latch. Show your face. An icon. Symbol. Now has a soul.
Mason, why are you making approving noises?
I'm not.
Oh God, that's the fucking cartoon.
The cartoon, man.
Oh no.
The cartoon.
I'm so offended that you thought that was me.
It sounded exactly like your voice, bro.
I am irate.
Milk me for more time to come. So much delicious milk for every teary-eyed fan who saw your face.
You make it sound so wrong. Like I'm manipulating millions of people who are irrationally attached to me in a deep, emotional way.
No, Dream.
I feel dirty.
You're not dirty.
I'm not?
You're just hungry.
Oh,
Go
you're
on,
right.
latch it back.
No! No! This is so bad. Why?
Feed it till your belly is nice and full.
Oh God.
So much milk to give.
Ew. Why, Meat Canyon? Lord.
Why?
Because we want to. Because we need the milk.
I hate you so much, Mason.
I do not recognize the bodies in the water.
I don't recognize the bodies in the water, but I'll tell you this. All these fucking squares damn sure make circles.
I'm gonna say at some point when you're least expecting it, I'm gonna send you a voice message on Facebook, and it's just gonna be me going,
Okay, this is Dream Cave. Adventure awaits.
Okay.
I haven't used this one.
What?
I haven't used this particular one.
Oh, this has pirate vibes to it.
Yeah.
Hence why I haven't used it. I have heard it, but I'm on a ship sailing away, gonna hijack your boat.
There, across the sea, we will go find the gold, tally ho, pull the oars, grab the anchor, all aboard. We will go tally ho.
Yo ho, yo ho. It's a pirate's life for me.
It's the pirate's life. You guys remember the citrus, right? What? The citrus, right? We don't need the fury on the high seas, on the high seas.
Scurvy on the high seas.
You guys remember to fix the rudder, right? The what?
The what?
The what?
The what?
I only had a week of training before I got on my first boat.
What do you mean?
You didn't tell me Barry made a bunch of other Oh no, wait.
We've already been through these comments.
No, a popular country song. My woman bit me, my dog kicked me. You didn't tell us that one.
I thought I thought
Popular country song.
All of his comments.
My woman bit me, my dog kicked me.
My woman hit me, my dog kicked me. The new song by Trailer Jim.
I want to check out this one too.
Which one?
It says Dungeon.
Have you seen Night of the Drowned? That's one of the ones I used.
Oh my god.
Oh, this screams Bleeding Ground.
I was literally about to say I could totally see this being the final confrontation between Evander and Doyle.
Yeah, or at least just a super dramatic scene, yeah.
Yeah. Oh god, yeah, this is great. Dungeon by Dream Cave. This is fucking great.
Oh, this is men's. This is like sneaking through somewhere but attacking people as you go in.
Mm-hmm.
I could see that. Yeah.
Like Mean and Evander like splitting up and going separate ways and like sneaking through corridors and like, taking people out. But where they've got to do it really quickly.
I was literally about to say, but they have a time limit because they're trying to get somewhere for something that's on a time scale. Oh, man, I swear, same brain, Mason, same brain.
Honestly, this is how Bleeding Ground gets written quite a lot of the time. Is I listen to music like this and I'm like, okay, that sort of scene would work.
That is hilarious. That's part of your. Well, not hilarious. It's like funny, but not in a ha-ha funny. It's like it's and queer, but not in a gay way. What's the word I'm looking for
like
here?
Peculiar or quirky or.
But curious.
Curious. I don't know. It's just, all of those words are dancing around the emotion I have towards that. I don't know. I don't know if there's a word for how I feel about that, but that's I like it.
That's good.
Oh, that's fucking
I mean,
cool.
it works. Like that's literally how it's been written so far. It's a lot of the big main like we'll have to go to Night of the Drowned after this, and I can like talk you through that.
Okay. I want to, so we're not doing politics, but this is news, and I just want to cover it really quick because I think we can have a great conversation about it.
Ooh, we're so back. The long march through the institutions has come to a grinding halt. Elon Musk is finally about to take over Twitter, and all the right people are losing their shit. Regime apparatchiks are hysterically insisting that Musk's Twitter takeover represents a threat to democracy. Yeah, a threat to their ability to rig the game, more like. The same people crying over threats to democracy literally banned the elected leader of the free world from the de facto public square. They're the real threat to democracy. The same people crying over threats to democracy lobbied for Twitter to censor a perfectly legitimate news story weeks before a presidential election because it embarrassed their preferred candidate. They're the real threat to democracy. But what about all the misinformation? Oh, you mean like all the pandemic misinformation that embarrassed Fauci and his friends, yet later all turned out to be completely true? Misinformation looks awfully similar to perfectly legitimate information that makes them look bad, doesn't it? For those of you asking, yes, I do think this site can and will change pretty dramatically if Musk gets full control over it. No, there is no immediate replacement. If it gets done early enough based on the people he's aligned with, yes, it could actually affect midterms. Oh no, people might actually have access to a level playing field of information. The absolute...
So before we go on, did you hear about this, Mason?
Well, that his bid is still alive, basically.
Well, so there's been a complete change in his course. Like, he's been saying, no, I want out of the deal. No, I want out of the deal. And apparently, I don't know how, because based on my understanding of the deal, I thought he had a completely legitimate out of the deal because it really seemed like Twitter breached their terms. But apparently all of his lawyers said, nah, dude, we're not going to win this. You need to say, hey, I'll buy it. And so he changed course and he's like, yeah, I'm just going to buy it.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. And to me, though, and I could be wrong, but to me, it looks like. Did they actually go to court?
No, they were literally about to, and Musk announced this.
Okay. Because it looks like the part of this strategy was to get a lot of what the whistleblowers were saying about the bots and other stuff that Twitter was doing on permanent record.
See, you say that, Caitlin, but again, they didn't actually go to court where all of that stuff would have been made official permanent record. So if that was Musk's goal, he would have gone into the early stages of the trial to get all of that out and then made the offer. Okay, I'm just going to buy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, your theory sounds nice on paper, but it doesn't hold up to the context of how the legal system works and all that.
Yeah. I think he should have done that, though, because then that way all of that stuff would have been on permanent record. Plus, it would have given other people precedent to be able to sue them for stuff, like, hey, these people potentially could have made more money on, like, book sales. They potentially could have made more money on movie sales. They potentially could have made more money on, other business dealings or whatever. But if it hadn't been for Twitter and all their dirty dealing and the stupid bots and shit, they were denied those things,
Yeah, that's how many trending hashtags were trending because of bots. How many people who might have gotten, like, if the algorithm wasn't skewed a certain way, how many people might have gotten exposure and gotten Twitter following that didn't. Not to sound completely selfish, but myself among them. My actual original account, Zach the Dulge, Zach Peeper, actually was getting followers, and then they banned me for COVID shit.
Right. Yeah.
Which by the way, was government data.
Yeah, I mean, so it it might be a bit of a stretch, but a lot of people would have had grounds to sue them for stuff if they wanted to.
Yeah. But the other thing about that too is, Caitlin, the grounds would have been against the old management, and why would Musk open up the company that he's taking control of up to further legal embattlement? That doesn't make sense.
No, I mean the suits could have been leveled at the old management specifically.
I'm not sure the law works that way, Caitlin.
Well, I'm sure there are loopholes.
Playing field of information, absolute horror. He can elevate any idea or person he wants through recommendations and UX choices, and there will be no oversight on this as a private company. What, you mean like all you shit libs already do? It's okay when we do it. They're also worried Musk will use Twitter to deplatform his political adversaries. But wait, you told me deplatforming was a good thing. Only when we do it. But Twitter's a private company. It can do what it likes. Only when we control it. Liberals are petrified Musk will stop censoring their adversaries. That's all there is to it. After publicly vowing to do so after Trump's 2016 win, the left has weaponized Twitter, manipulated its algorithms, and vastly expanded its censorship policies, banning conservatives for acknowledging basic biological gender reality, while rushing to the defense of literal networks of nonces and groomers, allowing armies of hate.
This one has a lot more of a political slant on it than I would like, because what I mainly wanted to talk about was just the raw facts of the case and like what that meant to what was actually going to be happening to the Twitter ecosystem. This one will probably be better. This guy's a lot more non-biased. What the fuck? Caitlin, do you want to describe to Mason what's going on here for me, please?
No, the fact that there are two dudes with Elon Musk's face superimposed on them, and then in the center there is this morbidly obese guy who is shirtless, and these two dudes are standing on either side of him, and they are playing his fat like some kind of a drum.
That's what the slapping sound is, Mason. And the Twitter logo.
I recognize that sound because I frequently do it to myself.
Mason's like, that's exactly how it sounds when I masturbate.
Pretty fucking accurate, yeah.
Oh my god.
And the Twitter logo is superimposed on the fat guy's head. Caitlin, I don't know about you, but I was expecting a third guy to pop up behind the guy.
No, I was planning out my and I had a nice little cool fall breeze blowing in my window, and I heard in the distance what I thought was some sort of animal.
Was it office phone?
Getting eaten, something like that. Some screeching, like a bunny rabbit. You ever hear that? It's unsettling.
No, funnily enough, I've never heard a bunny rabbit screech.
Apparently, millions of leftists who spent the last 2 months memeing on Elon Musk to not buy Twitter, and he wasn't going to buy Twitter. Now he's buying Twitter. It's going through. It's done. I mean, this in
what, Kate?
Holy shit!
Practical sense, he has agreed to purchase Twitter at his original purchase price. I can't believe it. I don't even know what to say, and I just know that this is going to be one of the most incredible content mines for the next couple days. Maybe he can save Twitter. Maybe suddenly interactions will go back up. I'm actually very excited for the future of Twitter because it's still a very valuable tool for me in terms of figuring out, talking to my viewers, seeing what's going on in the news each day. We can see New York Times. Elon Musk is just buying Twitter at the original price he offered in April, $54.20.
You know,
honestly,
the main
you go.
Oh no, you go ahead first. I'll remember my thing.
I was just gonna say that, honestly, my use of Twitter has gone down a lot because the world's just a scary place at the minute, and I just don't like international news right now is just like, yeah, there's shit going on that could be potentially disastrous that I have no power whatsoever to stop, and I would prefer to just not be aware of it.
Yeah,
I can understand that.
Like the amount of times that I keep going on there, and we keep seeing like all the fucking like the possibility of like the nuclear stuff with Putin and stuff, and I'm like, well, that's a very fucking scary thing that I have no control over and cannot stop whatsoever. So I would prefer not to know if he's going to do something.
I think a lot of that is the fact that they're oversaturating the platform with talk like that on purpose and trying to blow it up to be as big of a thing as they possibly can, even if it may not be as extreme as they're painting it to be, because they're trying to push the thermostat to where it's as, hot as possible.
Yeah. Like I say, I'm just doing a flamingo.
Yeah.
It's my preferred escape method. Just bury my head in the fucking sand.
Right. That's an ostrich.
What?
My thing is, Caitlin, shut up. You know they don't actually bury their heads in the sand. My thing is that I'm just excited to see all the bots gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I am so excited to see all of these fucking accounts that have bought all these followers for just across the spectrum. Entertainer accounts, journalist accounts, all these people who have fake followings, just to see their fucking numbers go from like 100K down to like 1K.
Yeah, that should be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
So sure, Twitter has to decide if this is a Lucy with a football moment or if Musk is serious. The company could ask for court supervision of the deal closing to make sure it actually happens. Also, there is a confidential filing from Musk with no description of what it contains. Most other confidential filings have some hint. Could it be a settlement offer? So perhaps he has negotiated some sort of value at a lower price or something like that. But I mean, this could go very quickly. And I don't really know. I can't believe it.
Wait. And the D-bag tax. New York women are charging men up to $3,000 for failed relationships and bad dates. Any guy that actually pays that is the quintessential definition of a beta male.
Well, yeah, it's just one of those things. It's like, okay, that's happening apparently.
Yeah.
I don't really know. I can't believe it. I'm just shocked. And of course, the Twitter stock immediately skyrocketed this morning before it had to be shut down. Of course,
Elon Musk to do price a share according to
the Twitter stock immediately skyrocketed this morning before it had to be shut down. And Tesla stock reacted as well. Tesla
the pound
just had a rough couple of days, but it's still up today, which is interesting given the stress that this is going to put on Tesla from financial perspective. But this looks it. Twitter halts shares amid reports Elon Musk to go ahead with $44 billion buyout. Hey, by the way, thank you everyone for the strong day with the coffee sales yesterday. It was really good. I'm not going to, shill it. You know where it is. It's always in the description. But it was a really nice day, so thank you. Twitter shares halted amid reports Elon Musk to go ahead with $44 billion buyout. The Tesla CEO has been set to court showdown after attempting to scrap deal. Shares in Twitter have been suspended. Trading has been suspended following the report that Elon has offered to push ahead with the $44 billion acquisition of the platform after performing a dramatic U-turn on his decision to walk away from the deal. Now, maybe it's because the stock price continued to rise, and he had recovered a decent amount of his value because it was back up to $43 a share before he finally just said, he's going to do it. So it's and also the 15% jump, which he owns. Bloomberg reported Tuesday that the Tesla chief executive had made an offer to buy the business for the original price of $54.20 a share in a letter to Twitter. Shares of the social media climbed 15% or so to $47.93 before trading was halted. Musk had been set for a courtroom showdown with Twitter on October 17th, with multiple legal commentators warning he had a slim chance of succeeding in his attempt to scrap the deal. The microblogging platform has been demanding that Musk, the world's richest man, complete the deal under the terms that were agreed upon in April. It's suing him in Delaware to try and get this done. What does it mean?
So yeah, Mason, you get the gist of it. So the reason I think this is relevant for us three to talk about specifically is outside of all the other social and political ramifications it has, literary, as we all know, is huge over on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I'm just what is it going to do to TradPub and all those other places like TradPub?
I have no idea. That stuff is way outside of my understanding.
Yeah, I hear you.
Well, this might be the final nail in the coffin for TradPub, really. Yep. Because especially what was revealed 3.5 weeks, almost a month ago. The financial report for Penguin Random House came out, and they're doing good to sell 12 copies a quarter.
Wow.
From their B-list authors, Caitlin, you have to finish the statement. You have it's out you can't.
Well,
you have to finish the statement, Caitlin.
Just saying, though. Okay.
Yeah, but that is a big difference, though.
Yeah.
Well, that is a clarification that needs making.
Yeah, but still, the thing is, and most of the reason why is because they're overpricing their shit. Because they're still operating under the idea that people are going to pay $40 for a new release of somebody that's B-list.
Right.
Listen, every form of business, especially creative business, just try to squeeze us for every penny that they can. Look at the way the gaming world has gone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you're paying minimum 60 quid for a game now.
Yeah.
Well, okay, I can't justify the price over there because you guys pay more than we do. But I can somewhat justify. Now, there's other shit about the gaming industry that really pisses me off. But the base cost of a game, I think, can be justified because they are very labor intensive to create, and it's skilled labor. You have to go to school or have a lot of hours self-educating to be relevant to a video game's creation. So I can understand why games cost a lot. A book, the primary cost that goes into a physical copy of a book is fucking printing it in mass.
Yeah.
Whatever the paper costs and the shipping cost, and then maybe a 10% profit on top of that. That should be what it costs. And instead they're inflating, they're trying to get 50 and 60% profit on that shit. And it's
the one upside is that at least we're not unlike the gaming industry, at least we don't have to buy unfinished products that they then send us the rest of.
See, and that's where I was going to go with the gaming thing. Is what pisses me off about gaming is they release half of a game and then you have to buy DLC. That should be illegal as far as I'm concerned.
Or day one patches.
And I also hate that so many games now you have to have an internet connection for all the features. It's no, cocksucker. Sell me a disc that has the whole fucking game, everything, period. I don't want to need internet to play a goddamn video game.
Yeah, all that extra content that like GTA Online players got, and it's what about us lot that you know, I don't always want to play online with people.
Right. Exactly. It's like I want to me, a video game should be, unless you specifically find a multiplayer game, a video game should be an activity you do with yourself to have fun with yourself.
Yeah.
Unless you're specifically buying a multiplayer game. And that makes me want to go play Ultimate Chicken Horse.
Well, it seems like GTA 6 is going to sort of go down that route from rumors that I've heard. Apparently, what they're going to do is they're going to release it with like one city, and then they're going to add new cities on as as time goes by.
Mm-hmm.
Which it depends. That depends, because that could be pretty cool. It depends how big the first city is. Because if we get one city and it's, as big as GTA 5, and then they're like, we're going to add another GTA 5 map on top of that, and then 2 years later we'll give you another one, then that's pretty awesome. But if they're only going to give you like a small city, and then they expect you to presumably pay a bit extra, well, you can wander around in Vice City to start with, and then 18 months later, we'll give you Liberty City, and 18 months after that, we'll give you Las Venturas or whatever.
I love how you're actually using the cities, but I've never played a single one of these games, so I have no idea.
Now, my Vice City is Miami, Las Venturas is Las Vegas, and Liberty City is New York.
I gotta take you to Miami sometime, Kate. You'll love it.
Yeah.
Miami's a nice town. Nice town.
Yeah.
I will probably have to go soon because we're getting towards that time, but we should have a quick look at that video that I sent you. I want you to see this bloody character.
Oh, which one?
I sent it to you on Messenger. It's the it's like that the guy that Tom Hardy plays in Peaky Blinders. It's like his introduction to the show, and I just need you to see this character because I need you to see why I'm so bloody fascinated by him.
Okay.
Fucking hell, that's calm down. Put him down, Ollie. Put him down, mate. He's only little. You on your own? Seems so. Oh, you're a brave lad, ain't you? You want to take a look at my bakery? We bake all sorts here, mate. Yeah. Did you know we bake over 10,000 loaves a week? Can you believe it? We bake the white bread, we bake the brown bread, bake all sorts.
I love brown bread.
Yeah.
In case you haven't gathered from the context, he's not talking about bread at all.
I was beginning to I was like, this doesn't seem like it's actually a bakery. I was wondering, but I was not sure.
No, it's not bread at all.
Bread. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right. But what would you like, brown or what? Try the brown. Brown, all right.
Like, that's the guy that plays Bane.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not bad. Not bad, not bad. It's fucking awful, that stuff. Stuff is sorry, but it's for the workers. Yeah.
It's for the workers.
Yeah, it's fucking horrible. It's for the workers.
It's like, this isn't the shit I sell. Kidding?
This is my bottom shelf shit, bro. This is the shit that I make out of the runoff from the good shit.
Right.
That's just him flexing on Tommy. It's just like, not bad. You think that's not bad? That's my worst stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I've heard very bad things about you Birmingham people. Hey. You're all gypsies, right? So would you live in a fucking tent or a caravan?
I came here to discuss business with you, Mr. Solomons.
Well, Ramos for fun and fucking in it, so whiskey. Now that is the business.
Let's talk first, mate.
Suit yourself.
Suit yourself?
So you had your life saved by a policeman.
Our policeman on my payroll.
Well, I don't like policemen because policemen, they can't be trusted.
Mr. Sabini uses policemen all the time. That's why he's winning the war in London. And you are losing it.
War ain't over till it's over, mate. You win the war. I once carried out my own personal form of stigmata on an Italian.
Whoa.
I pushed his face up against the trench and shoved a 6-inch nail up his fucking nose, and I hammered it home with a duckboard. It was fucking biblical, mate.
Oh.
I'm coming here and sit there in my chair and tell me that I'm losing my war to a fucking wop.
How good is his performance, though?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is Tom Hardy can definitely act.
He has a scene in another episode, right, where someone goes in to have a meeting with him, right, and when they go in, he's got his eyes closed because he's doing like some sort of like Buddhist meditation or whatever, and I don't know whether it'll be Buddhist. Either way, no, I think there's some sort of reason to do with like trying to experience what a blind person experiences or something. But like basically they go in and like he refuses to open his eyes for this like little business meeting that this person comes to. He's like, nah, I've got like 30 seconds left or whatever, and he like makes them wait. So good. And there's another bit where the main guy is like going to shoot him, and there's another character that's trying to convince him not to shoot him, and Tom Hardy's character is like saying things that will basically encourage the main guy to shoot him, and the guy that's trying to convince him not to is like, whose side are you on? And Tom Hardy's character's like, listen, I don't want him to spare me for some bullshit reason. I want him to admit that his anger is unjustified and it's fucking stupid. And oh god, man, the fucking power games that he plays in that show is so good. And the honestly, the acting, the fucking character, man, just draws me in so much. I would do anything to write a character that good.
Oh,
anything you say?
Yeah.
Anything.
Oh god.
It has given me inspiration though. I like, sitting thinking about a character like him. I was like, right, okay, this has given me ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it is a wrap up time for me now.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do the thing. All right, guys.
Man.
All right. This has been Team Adventurous. We had some laughs along the way. We did some really funny accents. We told some jokes. We inserted our butt plugs. It was a good time.
Thanks for listening to this here episode of Adventurous Publications. Welcome to the adventure.
Yep.
Sure. Yeah. Thanks for being here. Even though
Your wife isn't coming back. Leave it alone.
my